Hello guys, Lit here. So this is Firecaster Reliquarian and this video will be the day 1 update for it. So the setup is revolving around Black Cane on the Reliquarian node, and for the skill I'm using Flame Surge, but you don't have to. The point of this is a Firecaster, so you can use any fire skill or physical skill and you convert them to fire. Both of them will work. But in my case, the skill that I'm looking forward to play is a Flame Surge. And Flame Surge got a lot of buff this league, and the damage is actually pretty good now. And the footage that you see on the screen is on the Reliquarian XR. So because the build has enough damage, I just sit there and just fire until I die, and then I just use the portal. And I'm still not using anything expensive yet. Cluster, I don't have any jewel or anything like that. This is basically a day 1 setup. And in this video, we will go over all the changes and why I go that route and how the build works. So first thing first, the single target damage is very nice. Flame Surge hits really hard, especially when you buff them with the Black Cane. Right now I'm at 42 Phantasms. I still haven't get the Congregated yet. The last time I checked is only 1 on the market, so we probably have to wait a little bit for that. But even with just 42 Phantasms, the Flame Surge already hit really hard. And for the clear, I'm using Frostblink on the Wintry Plus, because why not? You can just blink around and things die. One thing though when you play this build is you have to pay attention to the amount of Phantasm you have, because as long as you have your Phantasms, the Frostblink feels really great. It can clear most of the pack, so clearing wise is pretty decent, I would say. Not the fastest build I play, but it's pretty decent. So now let's just go through all the setup. If you want to play this build, there's 3 items that you need to get. The first one is Highwayman Gold Ring. And the only mod you care about here is 1% damage list as life. And the reason why you want this one, because early on, there's no easy way to get this mod. You usually get this mod from Classic Jewel, which is not something you're going to do at day 1. So the first thing you need to grab is this ring. This is 1 Chaos Ring. It's really cheap. It's very common. And the second one is Soul Rest. This is the one that's going to give you a lot of Phantasms. And you need to support them with Summon Phantasm. So your Summon Phantasm support is not on your skill, but on the Soul Rest. And Soul Rest, I think, is also pretty cheap. This is a very common unique too. And the last pieces that are going to basically double your DPS is Dark Monarch. And for the Dark Monarch, you need to make sure that the mod maximum number of Summon Phantasm is double, because there's a lot of variant of this. You need a specifically Summon Phantasm is double. This is going to double the amount of Phantasm you have, and it's going to increase your damage by a lot. Now for the chest, on my POB, previously I'm using regular chest, but then I saw the Cloak of Fame like around 80 to 90 chaos, and I thought like why not, because this is also an item that I will use on the mid budget. So I decided to just go for the Cloak of Flame, and this is going to help a lot with the survivability because of the 40% physical damage convert as fire, and we already have another 25% from the Dawnbreaker. So we basically convert 65% of the physical damage to fire damage, and this really help in terms of like survivability. But if you don't have this, you can just use a rare chest, use armor chest, pure armor chest, and you want as much armor as you can. Because the point of the chest is to help you with the physical damage, which is the most common damage when you're inside the maps, and you need a good amount of armor there. And for the amulet, on my POB I use +1 amulet. On this one, I basically just searched for the Dragonflight, and apparently the Flame Surge one is like 10 chaos, so there's no reason not to use this. Prestige level is a really good amount of DPS, and 10% reservation also help with the reservations. And if you plan to use other skill, for example, like Firestorm is pretty good, followed by that. If you don't mind with the 2-button setup, they don't need that option reactions, then you look for that specific jewel for the Dragonflight. As long as it's cheap, just grab the Dragonflight. This is a very good budget amulet. As for the other stuff, this is my glove. This is from Foster's. The belt also from Foster's. The boot is also from Foster's, and this one is also from Foster's. So right now the build is suffering from the chaos resistance. I only have 2%. Haven't recrafted the ring yet, so that's one thing I will need to fix soon, because the chaos damage when you add T15, T16, it does become a problem. And for the glove and the boots is actually pretty good. Movement speed, I have life regeneration rate, which is the most important part. But the glove doesn't have that, so this is also the next thing that I would really need to fix. And I have another glove that I already crafted, but I need to switch the resistance. I haven't done Harvest yet, so I need to find Harvest to unlock the Harvest craft. But this is the glove that you want to have, like life regeneration rate, and then some resistance to fix your resistance. This is going to help a lot with your regenerations, and also go pure armor, because you really need the armor to reduce the amount of physical damage you take. And that's basically the items. And for the passive tree, I changed things a little bit. I decided not to go for the mana cost reductions because the mana cost efficiency feels really bad. So I decided to just go for mana regeneration. For example, like this one, mana regen, and this one is mana regen 5 per seconds. And also this effect of Arcane Source and also mana regen. So this one is really nice. And I also take the life mastery here, which make your skill cost life instead of 50% of the mana cost. So 50% of the mana cost will convert into life. And that's basically how I keep with the mana. And the next thing is to craft the mana cost on the ring, which is on the tower. I haven't got there yet, but when we got there, there is a -7 mana cost that is really important for the ring. When we get there, you want to craft that -7 mana cost. That will help a lot with the mana. And I don't know how it's going to go later on, because we will have more cast speed, we'll cast more, we'll spend more mana, because the mana cost efficiency really feels bad. So we'll see how it goes. But for now, the mana is fine, and I can cast as much as I want, and I don't have a mana problem. So for now, that's how it works. And also for the Ascendancy, I'm going with the Dawnbreaker, obviously with the Black Cane. And last one, I decided to go for Polarity Devastation for more damage because I already got the Cloak of Flame. So the count binding is not that important anymore. And that's the reason why you see Polarity Devastation here. And of course, you can still take the count binding. This will make you more tanky if you feel that the damage is already enough. Wizard's damage already feels good, and when you get Congregation, you're going to get more and more DPS. And so if you want to go defensive here, you totally can. And the next upgrade will be the cluster here and the cluster here. So we'll talk about that when we get there. But for now, this is what the builds look like on day one. It does feels good. The progression feels good. You basically RF and then you slowly swap to the Flame Surge. Earlier, you will use life tap to cast everything because, like I said, the mana cost is really rough. So on the campaign, just use the life tap, and when you already get all your damaging node, and then you start to like take the mana regen node, start to put the Arcane Surge and all that stuff, and start to get this mastery, and then you can swap to mana. And now your life regen actually heal you. Because in campaign at like Act 6, 7, or 8, something like that, the life regen start to feels like it kind of rough because you're not just tanking the RF damage, but you also spend them for casting spell. That's basically for the update one, and the next one I will work on the mid budget. I already got the key item, which is Amnesty Embrace. On the mid budget, we will build around these items, and then we require some currency to go on. So when I get all the pieces, I will make an update about it. But for now, this build you can farm T16 pretty easily. You probably can also go for Guardian. I just not there yet. Like my Atlas is still pretty empty. I basically league start pretty late. So for now, I'm happy that I can get what I want on the day one, which is Soul Rest and Dark Monarch, which is what make the build feels really good in terms of like DPS, so you can focus on something else. That's basically the update for the day one, and as usual, if you guys have any questions, just leave it in the comment below. I will try my best to answer it, and thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you on the next one.